It's the Long Island Breakfast Club Show. Grab a cup of coffee or hot cocoa. It's the Long Island Breakfast Club Show. Grab a cup of Java or espresso. It's the Long Island Breakfast Club Show. Tina Valentina is the host, you see. She's as classy as she can be. Grab a cup of coffee or espresso with the Long Island Breakfast Club Show. I say rise and shine, get up and go. It's the Long Island Breakfast Club Show. Grab a cup of coffee or espresso with the Long Island Breakfast Club Show. Another cup of Java or espresso. Another cup of coffee or hot cocoa. It's the Long Island Breakfast Club Show. It's the Long Island Breakfast Club Show. It's the Long Island Breakfast Club Show.
Good afternoon, everybody. It is Thursday. I'm still getting better, as you all know, but I'm feeling a little bit better. I'll be talking just a little bit today. I have a wonderful co-host today, Autumn Storm Bem, and I'm sure you all have heard of her. She's wonderful. She is a strategic consultant. She gives great advice. She serves as a Northeast Regional Business Developer for ADU contractors, connecting property owners and facility managers. She's the woman behind all those men. And she's beautiful. Lovely son he grew up.
I know.
He's looking great. And she's going to just be talking about a lot of things today and talking to all of our wonderful women here today. They're all dynamos. And we have Erin Ley, who she's going to be talking to, founder of Global Leading Life Coach and a business strategist and author. And she has this new thing, if you have problems with your health, that's going to zap you into health. And then we have this beautiful Michelle Wachter, who is Michelle Van Wert Gardner. Her name, she has a lot of names, but she's going to straighten me out on today. And she is written a book. She is dementia specialist. She works for, what agency is that?
Home Instead.
Home Instead. And we're lovely people here today, and we're already networking and we didn't even start yet. So networking is the key, guys, to everything. And I am going to let my friend here, Autumn, talk about what day it is today. It is those 2 days.
Yes, it is National Hamburger Day and National Flip Flop Day.
So what do? Go buy a hamburger and make sure you wear flip flops today.
Yep.
Right?
That would be today.
And
Yep.
I got to tell you, if you guys will all check National Day every day, it's worth a conversation with anybody you have.
It's definitely a conversation starter. Believe it or not, if you run out of, the average, hi, hello, how are you, what do? You can now say, did you know what day today is?
Exactly.
It's this day. So.
But the first thing we do is we salute everybody. Okay, so everyone has a drink. And everyone on the show gets to go home with Italian bread. This is your Italian bread because on the show, we break bread. So you break bread with someone you love, okay?
Love it.
So salute.
Salute.
Thank you all for coming.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I love it when it's all women.
Cheers.
There's just something about all women that makes the show even more exciting. What do you think, guys?
Love it. Nice. Thank you.
We also have cookies for later.
Oh, exciting.
Oh, I love these tins. These always have the sewing stuff in it.
Well,
Yes,
for me,
yes.
you know what?
Yeah,
It's the
yeah,
easiest
sewing
thing to bring to the show.
Yes.
Because
They're the
not
best.
only does it have cookies, it has M&Ms in it too.
Oh, well,
And they don't go bad. They really don't.
They really last forever. Well, they're the butter cookies.
Yeah,
They're
and
delicious.
they're only $1.59 in the dollar store, which, hey, what the hell?
I love that. I love that.
Too. I feel like we're at an Italian meal here.
Well, we have had meals too when we have restaurants, but we can't cook on the show anymore because we make a mess.
Yeah, I could see that would be fun. That would be
And
fun.
as you see, this is an immaculate studio.
It is
I
beautiful,
love it.
beautiful. Highly recommend this place. Any business needs to get that exposure. You have a
Definitely.
beautiful little segue in areas to really, capture each business and that feel. So
And I call it
Beautiful
PR
area.
in your pocket.
yeah.
Because when you hire a PR company, it costs you $10,000 for the first 3 months. They do nothing.
Or you could have a business strategist help you do that.
Exactly.
Not
This
that I'm
is-
putting PR out of the
No,
way,
but
mind
no.
you.
Right,
this is-
we love
but
you too.
It's simple.
Yes, it
You
definitely.
don't need all 22 people in an agency when, they don't even call you for a week or two.
Mhm.
So anyway, let's talk to Erin.
Yes, Erin, I'm going to start. Thank you
Okay.
so much for having me on. But Erin, I want to learn more because I know we had a little bit of time to talk when you first came in. Tell me more about what it is that you do and how you can help your target market.
Okay, I absolutely love this. I've been doing this for 30 years, over 30 years, since the early 90s. I've been a life coach and business strategist forever, an author, a speaker, and everything else. But it's all about showing up in life, you know? And that's how I met you girls, you know? And today I got to meet you, and it's a blessing. So it's just about showing up. I showed up at a mutual friend, Terry Magro's event,
Yep.
you know, where I
Fabulous.
met Terry through networking, just by showing up. And then through Terry, I met Patricia. Through Patricia, I met all of you.
Yep.
And it's just a blessing. So really, one of the biggest things I highly advocate is just keep showing up in life no matter what.
Yep.
Don't let anything hold you back. So many people have the self-limiting beliefs, the self-doubt, you know, and we'll get into this regarding, you know, just self-image and
course.
self-empowerment and self-mastery and everything else on how to go about doing it. But that's one of the first things I suggest as a life coach and business strategist, show up in life.
So now, how did you start this? I mean, obviously you had to have your own journey getting here. Like, so tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. So in 1991, I was a stockbroker on Wall Street, fully licensed, Series 763, the insurance license, and most of the people who know me know the story. And my aunt was one of the first institutional traders on Wall Street, so I was
Wow.
riding around in limousines in Brooklyn as a kid, and I loved it, loved the energy, how to work on Wall Street. Well, I got there in the late 80s,
Right,
not
right.
the same culture that my aunt had in the 60s, you know, very different. And so it was ridiculous. It was absolutely ridiculous. I ended up getting, and I was fully licensed. I was closing deals for guys twice my age back then.
And that's stressful. Very.
Yeah,
It was
That's a
it's
stressful
a lot.
job.
It's a lot.
It was
Financial,
it was
forget it.
extremely stressful on that end, and also when. Like the guys would hire like obese strippers to come in, you know, on the trading
Right,
floor at
right.
Salomon Brothers as
Yeah.
a joke, and I'd be hiding in the bathroom. Like there was a lot of stress. There was emotional stress. There was just a lot of pressure, you know. So anyway, I ended up getting cancer in 1991, which took me out of Wall Street. Biggest blessing of my life. At the time, I couldn't say it. It was non-Hodgkin's lymphoblastic lymphoma. Very few people lived at that diagnosis in 1991. Crazy 2.5-year protocol. The doses I was getting at Sloan Kettering in Manhattan were beyond North Shore's legal limits. The local cancer hospital
Wow.
here's legal limits. 25 years old, and they told me if the chemo didn't work as fast as the tumor was growing, I'd be dead in a month. So, because it was a rapid growing cancer. So I don't know how these books came to me. Full Catastrophe Living by John Kabat-Zinn introduced me to mindfulness meditation in the back of the book, and it dealt with every stressor that you can imagine. Financial stress, family stress, environmental stress, everything in the book. So I read that and I was like, oh my God, I didn't know anything about meditation. This is amazing. And then Shaki Gawain's creative visualization. So I married meditation with visualization. I became unstoppable. Unstoppable.
Love it.
So I kept living every time they said I die. I went on to have 3 kids they swore would never happen because I didn't store my eggs, no medical intervention
Right, right.
whatsoever.
Wow.
Visualization is powerful, and this is what I'm going to speak about
Right.
today. And so the doctors at Sloan Kettering started having their patients call me at home in the 90s, and that's how I started coaching. I did it for free for years because I was on fire to teach. Nobody was talking about this.
Right,
They
right.
thought
Yeah,
was
I wouldn't
crazy.
even, and now it's so mainstream, so.
Yes.
It is, and you know what? Like you said, show up. In my book, it says my mantra is every day: get up, get dressed, show up.
There you go, Valentina.
So it's a big thing, and yet we're all doing it in different ways.
Yep.
And that's the most important thing. When you're doing it in different ways with teaching, you're doing it with just what you have growing people's businesses, and you know what? It's simple, it's basic, but yet you have to talk people into it sometimes.
Well, I think a lot of it has to do with the fear. I know a lot of people that I meet, they're afraid, they don't know where to start, and it's getting over that first step of you have support, you have someone to show you the way to do it, and I think when they have that, they feel a little bit more at ease,
Yes.
you know, and then they realize it's not so scary.
No, it's true.
And they don't even know why they can't show up.
Right.
It's subconscious.
Yeah.
You know, they
Yeah.
have the self-limiting belief of not good enough, not worthy, who am I to do this? And they don't know it's there.
Do you find that with working with people, you have these little epiphanies, but more so they do, of like, I didn't even realize that was a hidden thing that I had.
Oh,
like, do you find a lot of that with people?
And that's the beauty of having a coach, you
Yeah.
know, or just having, cause it's like looking at the back of your head, you can't see it's there. You know, you need someone to speak to. I used to always say, even Freud, we need someone to talk to.
Right.
Like, everybody needs someone to speak to
Well,
just
it's
to
very
help bring
true.
that out. Because you don't know it's there, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And your results are going to determine what that is. Like I always say, regarding self-image, you can never outperform your self-image.
Right.
You can't make more money, you can't have better relationships, you can't outperform it because, you know, you don't know that the self-doubt, the self-limiting beliefs are there.
And you have to love yourself, believe it or not. I remember when people would tell me that, I'm like, yeah, right, you know.
Yeah.
But
Well,
you do
yeah.
have to love what you do and love what you're trying to get someone to do.
Right.
Otherwise, you're not going to be successful.
Well, they always say, you know, you're the best at and the most passionate about it, and even standing up in front of people, because I know a lot of people get like stage fright. If you're passionate about it, if you like it, if you enjoy it, and it's something you love, you're not going to stumble. It's going to be an easy transition.
That's true.
Yeah.
So
And
now
even
the
if you do,
training
it's not going to
series?
bother you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
So you
learning
have a
thing.
training series now.
Yeah, is that with the course?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. I took all of the best coaching over the last 30 plus years because I have a waiting list for the one-to-one, and I put it into a course.
Love that.
You know, to make it so much. It's a 6-month course, and I'm so excited about this because they can just learn everything that they need to do. The self-image is all about you with you.
Right.
Getting really good with you with your higher self, right? Self-empowerment is you on purpose. You know, what is your purpose in this life? So you empower yourself to get out there and do what it is that you want to do. Speaking of public speaking, I wrote 25-page papers in lieu of a 3-minute speech all through school, college, and everything else because I could not public speak. I hated it. But when I started to fall in love with the message I wanted to deliver, it wasn't about me anymore.
Right.
I wanted to get it out there. So it's amazing what you could do with regard to self-empowerment when you have that purpose, right? And then self-mastery is when you can open your eyes and now you're dealing with the 3D. You know,
And
when
you're
you
dealing
have
with the people one-on-one.
exactly anything, the people, places, and things, and you're getting out there and you have that emotional control, you know, and so you can handle the 3D that much more.
Yep.
It's unbelievable. And I know you wrote that great book. I'm
I
staring
was
at
gonna
it. Can I
say,
see
yeah.
the work love? Now, this is new.
This is, this
Because
came
that
out.
last book launch I came was a different book.
I wrote it during the pandemic. So when the pandemic happened here in New York, on Long Island, the sky is falling all over the world. You know, the sky is falling. And I thought, what's a creative opportunity here? Because with the cancer, I was already in the sky is falling thing, you know, and I know going into the rabbit hole is not a good thing.
No,
There it is.
no,
So-
it's never.
Can I see
So
that book?
I thought, what can I do to raise the consciousness, you know, of the workforce, you
Right.
know, of the business owners and stuff like that to help them with their employees.
Yeah.
Because everybody felt isolated, disheveled, you know, just basically left on their own.
It was a tough time.
So that's why I was inspired to write that book, and it's about establishing a culture of love in the workplace, team building, and actually respecting what everybody in the team does, as opposed to competition and
Right,
you know, trying to
It's
pull
a different
everybody
take on
down.
collaboration.
Exactly.
And yeah,
It's
that's
so
great.
important.
The nice thing about this is great for an HR director.
Yes.
You work I worked when I worked in corporate America with a lot of people under me. And these are the kinds of things I would read, but this is even better. It's more modern. And then your co-authors are like so professional.
Well, they're not even co-authors; they're just testimonials.
Testimonials.
Yeah,
right.
Mark Victor Hansen co-authored the whole Chicken Soup for the Soul series. He's a friend of mine, and Dennis Waitley. He was a performance coach for NASA.
Yes, I do.
He's an incredible man
Wow.
that
But I
I
like
had
the way it looks, and
I
you know
blessed
the
to meet
nice
them.
thing about these books is they're not too hard to read.
Yes.
You could read it anyway, even in the bathroom. When you know, you just stick it in the bathroom, you read it on the side. But the funny part is that I think that the smaller books are better than those big books.
Yes,
you
me
never
too.
get through them. You know, it's just too big. You know?
Yes.
So this is great. I want to really.
I know,
take a
I
look
love
at
that.
it.
And you said like HR is very good. Do you partner with a lot of recruiting companies or staffing firms so that way when they staff somebody in the HR, they can give that as a gift?
I actually just started with that when the pandemic happened.
Oh.
I was just basically giving it out. Here you go. I want to help you.
Yeah.
I'm a Pisces. That's what
love
we
that,
do.
yeah.
This will help you. This will
Yep,
help you.
yep.
So getting like into the corporations as the CEO that I am, I went into like real estate agencies and spoke to the sales team and things like that with regard to the course and the book and so. But I haven't gone into the and I'd love to speak with you about that also.
Oh, yeah, of course.
About getting into HR. But like we spoke about before the show, I love getting the top person, the
Yeah.
leader, and working with their mindset.
Yes.
So it's just a trickle down effect,
Yep.
and it helps the team.
It
So-
really does make a difference, and it is true. Like when you have a leader and they're,
Yes.
innovative and they're taking this stance, it's much easier to have the rest follow.
And then when
So-
they're stuck, everybody's stuck, and that's the whole, and so
Yeah.
many of them are stuck, and they don't want to admit it because they have to be perfect, and that's
Right.
a heavy load to carry. It's like they feel like they have the weight of the world on their shoulders. I work with a lot of
Well,
founders
even
and
the
CEOs.
HR people, unfortunately, are not educated enough. They need to read the book, okay?
Yeah.
Hey, I worked in a big company, okay? And they don't keep the confidentiality. They don't do any of the things they're supposed to do. Am I right?
I can't say you're wrong.
Thank
so.
you.
No, I think you're right.
And, you know, I'm out of that now, but they need people like us that are not in the corporate world to get in there
Right.
and teach them. It's not that way anymore. You
Right.
gotta change.
Right.
And that's what we're all doing here in a different sense.
Yes.
And
You know-
mindset is everything. Character is everything. Integrity is everything.
Right.
You know, so I love the work that you guys do as well. It's
Yeah,
amazing.
no, it's very connected, all of us. It's
It's
just
funny though to
wonderful.
see how it's so intertwined and how it complements the businesses and the industries
Right.
and the people. But really, the biggest thing is what the relationship.
Yes.
And you know, even the relationship that you have with your CEOs, you're not going to get far if you don't have the relationship. And
Yeah.
Valentina, with your show, you're not going
Right.
to get far unless you have those relationships.
Right.
And the same thing with you. And it's how you reach that person, and you're able to empower and inspire and do all these
And
things.
plus, she's dealing with older people they have children
Yep.
that are younger.
That has
So
to be such a
she's
scary
getting
thing
to
too.
the younger
Yeah.
generation as well.
Yes.
You know, as a dementia specialist and trainer. And the people that take the training are the kids.
Yes.
It's not the old people. They're too far gone. But we're going to talk more about that. But it's just interesting how anything simple. I always say, no matter where you are, talk to people.
Oh, always have
You
a
never
conversation.
know who you're
Yes.
talking
A
to.
conversation never hurts. And I introduce so many people, and I'm like, you know what? I
Oh.
feel like you guys need to talk. Just have a conversation.
Right.
Let me know how it goes.
And what about the community? You're
Oh,
so,
same thing.
I believe in community.
Me
You
too.
do.
Yes.
And so you.
Absolutely.
Community is what makes your business grow, but you can't really talk some small businesses into that. They don't
No.
want to spend the money.
Yes.
Guess what? Spend it on the community. Stop spending it on the wrong stuff.
Well, it's funny that you say that because I'm sure you guys know the buying model has completely changed. You used to go to a car salesman and you'd say, hey, I need a car for my family, and you'd rely on him and his expertise to tell you what car to buy. Now you walk in, you already know what car you want, how
Yes.
much it's going to be. Do you have it? Do you not? Why should I buy from you? Do I like you? Now it's gone to, well, what are you doing for my community? How are you helping my people? Why
Right.
should I buy from you? So if those businesses just understand investing in the community, they're going to have that long-standing
You're right.
customer that's going to stay with them. It's going to be that loyalty. So,
No,
And
it's very
the
true.
personal connection also.
Yeah.
Like a lot of times when we go to the networking events, everybody's interested in handing out business cards.
Yes.
Just
Right.
one hand like don't do that.
No, you want
like,
to
make
talk.
a connection,
Right.
Yeah.
establish a connection, like, you know, find out what lights that other person up. Be interested in the other person as opposed to what you want them to know about you and
Yep.
everything else. Let it be about them. Build that rapport, build that bond,
Yeah,
and it can
absolutely.
happen in 2 minutes.
oh, you'd be
Really?
surprised. Yeah, and you can really
30
have that
seconds.
unique. Well, like we
Right.
were saying, ask a question instead of what do you do? Do you know what day today is?
Well,
Like-
for me, it's easy. Everyone, because they say, what is the Long Island Breakfast Club? Well,
Yep.
now that you
Then-
ask. and
yeah,
then-
you have it all
and-
there.
No one has a card like me, because I have a big one.
I
okay?
love it.
This you don't
love it.
lose.
You
okay?
got to put it in all the
I
books.
love that.
Yeah, and it's on the other side. You
Love
know.
it.
And
But
it's a
the
book
bottom line
hold.
is-
It's like
Yeah,
a bookmark
that's what I
too.
said.
I
You
love
gotta
that.
put it in your book.
But
Yes.
anybody can make something different. It doesn't have to have anything, but use a tagline for yourself, whatever.
Yes.
The best coach in the world, whatever. You have to come up with it. But don't make your tagline alone. Make it with 4 women, like we're sitting here.
Yeah.
Because then you're going to come up with the best way.
Yeah.
You know, and, that's my opinion.
The mastermind.
And no, it is what it is. But I'm old school, really. But still, I learned a little bit of what I had to do. I would never have told me 20 years ago I'd be sitting here doing this, ever.
But that's what makes it so great. And who
Yes.
knows where you're going to be next, you know? You don't know what's
Well,
going
I
to come.
sat in media for 20 years and I wasn't allowed to talk because I was a woman. I was in the
Oh.
news meeting, page 1. I would always pitch. Forget about it. But talk about bathroom books, okay? I'm going to say one thing and then we're going to go back to that. Do you know what reporters do?
Oh, God.
When they make
I'm afraid
the
to ask.
pages, okay? When they have the pages, they will print them out just like we
know.
do. They take the page and they go to the bathroom with the page.
And read.
I am not kidding you. And then they make their circles and they come back and they hand it to them.
Well,
Talk
hopefully
about
they
growth,
wash
you
their
know.
hands
You know,
before they
it
let the
reminds me
room.
of that Seinfeld episode where he red flags the book and they won't let him leave unless he buys the book because he brought it in
Yeah.
the bathroom.
But
I
I
love
have to
Seinfeld.
tell you,
I know.
learned a
Right.
lot from those reporters.
Yeah.
And if everybody here has one reporter in their pocket, that's all you need.
Yeah.
Because one reporter has a ton of contacts.
Yep.
And don't ever try to touch his Rolodex, because that's what they have. They don't
Yep.
have the phone. Reporters still do Rolodexes.
Wow.
Yeah, oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Old
So
fashioned.
anyway, but I'm sure you all know this, but unless you're in a newsroom like I was,
Yeah, it's really hard to
yeah,
give
it's hard
the
to
full
really
picture
think
of it.
about it. you know?
Yeah.
So now, what about this medical thing? Because I just had pneumonia, so I'm always thinking about what can I do to get my immune system up.
Okay, so this is LifeWave, and I just came across this last year, and now I'm on fire because I wrote the book The Will to Live for cancer patients, right? So my history from it was 1991, so over 30 years of being in the medical industry as a professional patient, if you will, right? Constantly going to doctors. It's medicine for this, for that, and everything else. So I went to Scottsdale last June.
Mm-hmm.
And for about a month beforehand, my equilibrium was off. I could not walk, so, and I was traveling every month doing book signings across the nation. I was having so much fun. I'm like, this is so fun. They lifted everything, and now we can fly again. And my kids got to be 18 and over. I can go. And so I did it a lot. And then this one time, I had the same backpack, and checked the luggage. Couldn't walk through JFK. Could not walk through JFK.
No.
So, and then, the partition in the middle. So I'm like holding on to that. I see the elevator in front of me, and I'm like, I'm not getting on the escalator. But just get to the elevator, Erin. Just get to the elevator. Like you could do this. I couldn't do it. So I look behind me, and it takes a lot for me to get into a wheelchair. Like I have the pride.
Right,
Like I'm not getting in a wheelchair.
yeah.
It's got to be really, really bad. And I was like, I got to get to the gate because I'm speaking on stage with friends of mine. It was my friend Eric's stage with Mark Victor Hansen and
Very
Sharon
cool,
Lecter,
yeah.
who co-authored the whole Rich Dad Poor Dad series with Robert
Yeah.
Kiyosaki. And now she has Outwitting the Devil, which everybody has to get that book, Outwitting the Devil. And she's such a great friend and a mentor of mine. Had to get to the gate because I wanted to give them a hug. I didn't want to disappoint. I committed. When you commit to something, you go and you do it, So I got in the wheelchair. I said, just get me to the gate. Got to the gate, got to Phoenix. I'm looking at the line next to a wall, holding the wall, looking at the line on the floor just to get to the hotel. Get to the hotel. My friends are like, we're in the back, in the lounge. I'm holding onto chairs to get to the back of the lounge. And I'm like, you guys, how am I going to talk on stage in 2 days? How am I going to talk on stage?
Yeah.
I can't even stand up and have a conversation. My friend Michelle goes upstairs. She sends her husband upstairs, comes back on. She slaps a patch on the back of my neck. LifeWave, X39. Okay, now this was going on for a month. I saw a chiropractor to help me,
You
who I
did
absolutely
all
love.
of this stuff.
All the stuff
Yeah.
before I went. And she slapped a patch on the back of my neck. In 45 minutes, I had clarity. 45 minutes. I'm like, I was actually able to walk out of the lounge without having to hold on. I couldn't believe it. Now, I spoke on stage. I sat in a director chair and chose an interview style as opposed to just a standalone, just in case, It was
playing
the
it
first
safe.
time
Yeah, of
I'm like,
course.
I was getting used to the
Yeah.
patch idea. I'm like, just a patch is going to do this,
Yeah.
And it was amazing. It
So-
was
Wow.
absolutely
you
amazing.
kept with it? I mean,
A year.
1 year, and how
All
do you
year.
take it? Or how
So you put it on the back. It's acupuncture points, right? So there's no medicine. It's non-transdermal. It's holistic. So what it does is it supports the body to heal itself.
Wow.
Because I cured myself of cancer because the doctors kept telling me I was going to die, and the chemo was actually making everything worse. And I lived, and then I had the 3 kids, and I know the body is designed to heal because we can always go back to code, is what I call it, that intelligence that the body has. So with the X39, and they have other patches also that do specific things, but the flagship one is the X39. When you wear it, it activates stem cells.
Wow.
Everything. It helps with pain. It helps with every part of your body. If you broke a leg, if you had cancer, if you have a heart condition, like what happened.
Well, isn't that the whole thing with stem cells? It's supposed to know where you need the help
Yes.
and go there. Like
Yes.
it's like your body automatically knows to do that.
Yes.
So you put it
Yeah.
on your neck only, or wherever you
No,
have
well,
pain?
the main point that they want you to put it on is the back of the neck, that acupuncture point, because it works with, the acupuncture points. Or 3 fingers, below your belly button, there's an acupuncture point there, so you can rotate between those 2. But if you do have pain somewhere, you can put it anywhere on the body. But those are the two main areas. And
Does it help with any cognitive?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sure it's got to, because think about it, you're not in
That's
pain.
really good.
It's-
Yeah,
For
it
people
is.
with dementia.
Yeah.
that's what I'm
you know?
saying. But I was telling you before we came on air, people with
That's
dementia,
right.
with Alzheimer's, with if you, like I said, if you broke a leg, if you have a bruise, if you have pain anywhere, or cancer, heart conditions. I mean, there's thousands of testimonials. This man, David Schmidt, who I absolutely love, I want to shake his hand one day. He's genius. He
Oh, that
invented
sounds
this thing, and
amazing.
it's been around for 20
Wow.
years.
Yeah.
20 years,
What about
thousands
people
and
with
thousands of
fibromyalgia?
testimonials.
Has anything
everything.
been said about fibromyalgia? to help?
Everything.
Wow, I'm sure.
Yeah, everything. Well, because I actually I'm a researcher.
Yeah,
I'll
you're
research
gonna do it.
something
Yeah,
to
you're gonna
death,
check it
right?
out.
I don't just go, I just feel like that's going to work, but I'll do the research. I listen to my intuition, which is really important to do, and then I go and do the research to make sure that everything is on par. So when I did, I put in everything I can think of. There's a certain group that I belong to, and if you put in, you know, that illness or that issue, like broke a bone,
Everything
whatever,
comes out.
anything, you know, I put in everything I could think of, and all the testimonials.
Wow.
Testimonials, yeah.
Can I see that book?
extraordinary.
So this is a good book to give to somebody that has cancer. Is it like something that?
That's my memoir. That's, you know what, I wrote that, I literally just wrote it for young women, because I was 25, for young women with cancer. That's just
and it's
in my
such a scary
community.
time in
book for
general.
that.
You lose your hair, you know, like somebody, like no woman wants to lose all of her hair.
No,
and,
that's like the worst.
oh my God, you
This
know.
is very good.
So I just did it for the young girls in my area, Long Island, here in Long Island,
beautiful.
just to help
Yeah,
people.
this is really
It's sold
nice.
around the world.
Oh, I love that.
It's sold around the world, and I got a check in rupees from India, and
love that.
I got tons of emails from people that, because it was on Amazon.
Oh, I love it.
It's
Yeah.
great.
And they,
That's
and I was-
amazing.
yeah, it took on a life of its own.
I
Yeah,
love that.
Because
Right.
there's truth, you know, there's truth where everybody thinks that their truth is their truth,
Of
you know,
course,
what they
yeah.
learn from their parents and the church and everything else is, you know, or whatever your place of worship is. And we take those on as beliefs and truth, and then we build habits around those, and then we defend all that with everything we got.
Yeah, really. My
That's
sister,
one form of truth, but then there's universal
sister
truth.
wanted to do
Right,
this.
there's
Just
what
like there's
is.
gravity.
Yeah, what there is.
Just
yeah.
like there's
It is,
electricity,
because
there's
it's
universal
This
truth.
is
And
good.
And
what
what I
teach
did,
people to
you know,
get into
to live with the cancer, the will to live, I tapped
Right,
into the
guys.
universal
Oh, I
truth.
love that. Oh, that's
Spiritual,
so
universal
great.
truth.
Yeah.
Very nice. I like this very much.
You.
Yeah, my sister has a charity called Ria's Angels.
Oh,
She passed away many years ago. She's in my book. The book is dedicated to her. And she wanted to do this, but she never got to write the book, but her daughter wrote something. But what she did do was every day she chronologized her whole life for a year. So we have it, but you know, it's too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's too
Yeah.
much. But she did do everything she wanted to do before she passed, which is a good thing,
Right.
you know. And she was pretty positive.
Did she pass younger?
She was only 50, yeah.
that's
She's
good.
gone already 11 years, so.
Wow.
And it feels like it was yesterday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it flies
Just,
by.
you know.
It really does. It really flies
But
by.
this patch, I guess it probably helps people with cancer too.
It
right?
does. It does. And we can't say it cures cancer,
you're
it
not
cures
allowed to
any of
say
that.
that. You'll
Forget, we're
be the
not
end of it.
allowed.
Yeah.
No.
We're not saying that at
Be
all.
the end of it, unfortunately.
We do have tons of testimonials how randomly cancer has disappeared and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, but I can't say that it cures it, but we do have tons of testimonials where they no longer have cancer. Like the gentleman that I signed up with, Andy, he had one of his patients, you know, that was having a big heart surgery, and he wore the patch. I don't know if it was 6 months or longer or whatever before the surgery. And he called up Andy and he's like, I got to meet with you. And Andy was like, oh God, you know, he wasn't sure which way it was going to go with this thing. Long story short, the guy the patient got the medical and all the exams done right before the surgery. And they said, we can't do the surgery on you. And we can't justify the surgery, like everything is approved.
Oh my
I
gosh.
know.
I love that.
I know. So it is. And you can reach out to me because I am now doing that. I'm all in, just like I was all in to help cancer patients after the chemo when I kept living. And I was like, nobody's talking about meditation, visualization. Now I am on fire with LifeWave,
love it.
you know, with this
Love it,
company
love it.
because
So how do
what he's
people
doing.
sign up for it? We can't really mention pricing on the show.
Right.
But we can tell people how do you do it?
Contact
and,
me.
You know, basically, do you have to buy a certain amount in the beginning?
Yes, I'm not going to talk. You said don't talk about the prices. So I'm
because
not going to
then
talk
we
about
will
the
get on
pricing,
channel
but it's
115.
very simple. Like if you
Very
enjoy your
flexible.
coffee, you'll enjoy this. You know what I mean? Like it's very, very simple.
Mm-hmm.
So you know, you reach out to me. I can tell you all about it. You know, tell you the science behind it and everything else, and you can sign up with me. And there's a 30-day back, you know,
Money back guarantee if
and
you-
everything
yeah.
else. Like so, it's really worth it.
It's a try.
Oh
yeah.
my God!
Yeah.
I
Is it once a
insisted
week?
my
Is it
family.
once
How
a
often
month?
do you put
It's
it on?
you put it on every day.
Every day.
Every
So
day.
Every day you get a new patch.
And they say give it
Wow.
a month for every decade that you're alive. So I'm 59. I'm going to be 60. So for 6 months, you know, and now I've had it on for a year, and I feel like $1,000,000.
Well,
You
you
notice
seem
it,
like it,
yeah.
Oh
too.
my
That's a lot of
great.
energy.
God, I
Yeah.
have
So
much
how do
energy.
people call you, write you? Where do they reach you and all that?
Yes. So regarding the course, they can go to the course and they can reach out to me through the course, you know, regarding
Is there a-
LifeWave and anything
You
else.
want to just mention
The
the
website?
website?
Yes, which is the lifeontrackcourse.com, which that's my whole mindset thing. That's everything that I've been talking about through the whole show. So you go to the lifeontrackcourse.com. You'll see all of that there. My contact information is at the bottom. And then I can get on the phone with everybody, with you guys, and we can have a conversation about LifeWave, about anything that's going on in your life, personally and professionally. I want to help you create a vision for your life. I don't want people drifting anymore. I want you to have a definiteness of purpose, like Napoleon Hill talks about.
Yep.
And that's what I love to do. I'm all about vision and decision. Have a vision for your life. You know, positive thinking and all that is great, but it's not going to get you far if you don't have a vision of
And
where
you
you
have
want to
to
go.
do it.
Yes.
Action. Yes,
Yeah.
a lot of
Do
I'm
it.
friends with a lot of people from the movie The Secret now, and it's one of the things.
love that.
Yes, and it's one of the things that they say that that's one of the regrets is that they didn't speak about action enough.
Right.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
It's
So
all in the execution.
yes,
People used to
yes.
say, "What's your problem?" I'm like, I don't execute enough. I don't know what it is.
It's show
But I
up.
learned. It takes time, though.
Well, it's hard too because I get it all the time. It's analysis paralysis. You don't know
Yeah.
where to
Don't know.
start, and you're
Sure.
like, well, I don't want to start here if I do this. Or wait, do I do it in this order? And then you don't take the first step. So
Very
I
nice.
think if you have someone like you, Erin, helping them go, okay, here's your idea, here's this, let's guide you, and then like, okay, I'm not alone. And it's a
Yes.
whole
Absolutely.
much.
And I
it's a whole
love-
different story.
I love the hand holding. A lot of
Yeah,
people don't like. I
aw.
love the hand
Everyone
holding.
needs
I
it.
do.
I'm sorry. We need it.
It's also empowering.
Yes.
Yeah, and
It's
you're not
very
alone, and
empowering.
it's okay to be
Yes.
vulnerable, and yeah.
And I grow with my clients. I'm always growing with them as well. You
learn
know.
from them too.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like a give and take relationship.
Yeah.
So,
I
and
love
then
it.
now it
I
meant
love
you.
it.
Yeah.
Okay. Look at this great lady.
I know. I want to hear more
Yes.
about this.
Michelle Wachter Gardner. We got your name right.
You got my
finally.
name right.
She had so many names. I had to
I
work on
love
the
it. I
Facebook.
love it.
So I'm Michelle Wachter Gardner. I'm Michelle Van Wert Gardner, but my legal name is Michelle Wachter Gardner. I'm the author of a book called Once
Once
Upon
upon a
a Wishbone.
wishbone. Yes. What does that say? Hope, connection, and purpose.
Purpose,
Love
like
it.
we were just talking about.
Yep.
Purpose.
Yes.
And I like to think that I help people with dementia have purpose again.
I love that.
And you're talking about the kids.
So, the book. So I'll just go a little bit about what the book was about.
It's beautiful. I like the cover.
I know, it's so pretty.
Beautiful.
So if you see that little hand and that big hand, I made a wish with my grandmother, a Sicilian grandmother. We lived in Ridgewood, Queens, and at the age of 6 years old, I made a wish with her to become a nurse.
Aww.
I grew up with her friends, and I didn't have many friends growing up, and I'll explain why. So I was born missing my left hand. So, my mom kind of sheltered me a little bit. So I grew up with her friends, and her little senior friends, Elsie, Lily, and Grandma became my friends. So when I went to college, I finished 2 years of school, and I decided to go into the nursing program. That wish had come back to my life, and my professor had said that was not possible for me. So I have to say that I lost a lot of hope, and I really felt that my life felt, it was tough. It was like a disappointment, a dream that was shattered. However, I started to pray. I'm a very faithful woman, and I started to pray, and I said, God, just direct me, tell me which path you want me to go down, because I feel like I need a purpose. So I answered an ad. I was sitting at the kitchen table 2 children later, and the town crier came. I live in Lindenhurst, and it came to my table, and I had my cup of coffee, and it said, "Do you love seniors?" And I said, "Well, yeah, I love seniors." Like, I'm thinking to myself, it says, "Do you like to cook and clean?" And then I went back to this Sicilian grandmother who taught me all of that, how to cook and clean and then love seniors. So I answered that ad at Home Instead Senior Care to become a companion. And I worked in that industry, and the book is about a Jewish man him and I became best of friends. And he had Alzheimer's, and the whole gist of the story was that we were both seeking the same thing. I just want to give people with dementia a voice. So I do work with families. I work with helping them find home care. If they need a Medicaid attorney, if they can't afford home care because home says private pay, I will help with that. Almost like navigating the geriatric world. But I just recently opened up a business called Empowering Professionals in Dementia Care. It is a training company that I've launched, and it helps those wanting to get certified in Alzheimer's and dementia.
And that could be a new career for them.
Yep, career, new
Beautiful.
career. And it's a pathway for what we call the CDP. It's a certified dementia practitioner. So you'd have to take a seminar class first So it's just a pathway, and if you earn those credentials, then you would become a certified dementia practitioner.
Oh, that's great.
So-
Do you partner with a lot of like assisted living facilities and nursing homes? Because I think this would be a key thing to have that facility offer something like that to their staff and patients there.
So I'm training a lot, like I'm training a lot of our, and all aides that want to
Yeah,
be
yeah,
trained.
yeah, of
But we're
course.
also training social workers, nurses.
Yeah, that's why,
you know,
yeah.
and families too, because families are,
Yes.
like sometimes they don't know exactly how or what to say to mom.
Right,
and dad,
right.
And sometimes it gets a little ugly, right?
it
Nasty.
does get-
Oh,
And
it's
they
a
say that
scary
there's
thing.
a
Yeah.
time, like 6 o'clock at dark. What does
So
that
that's
mean?
called sundowning.
Yeah, I've been hearing about that. Do you know that?
No, I've never heard of it.
Sundowning.
So sundowning, I always explain to my family members, is like the witching hour. When you had a child, like your baby was crying
they
a
get
lot,
antsy.
they're fidgety, they're restless.
Mhm.
But in this case, they become a little more agitated, and we have to fill in the gaps. Like, what can we do to make that less, the sundowning less? So I always say social, mental, physical, and recreation activity in the home. Do
Right.
something that they once loved. And families say, well, they may not be able to do that. There is something they can do. And I always see the
Right.
hope in that,
Mhm.
even if it's putting music on.
Yeah, I hear great things with music. They say a lot of them
Yes.
they remember how to play the instrument, or they remember how to dance, or something that has to do with that musical inclination is
Music
supposed
is the
to
key.
Yeah.
It's a good tool to
They
work
say
with
music
them.
brings back memories
Yeah.
also.
Yes,
Mhm.
definitely.
Right?
Yeah.
Think about us, right? As
Yeah.
adults.
What makes you
Yeah.
really
Just
Yeah.
think about
music
the music.
alone?
that movement
the
and I mean
emotional
it's like when you watch
Build that
the
emotion.
Yeah.
live music and you get the goosebumps because you just
Exactly.
see it and you feel it, and it's one of those things. And they talk about vibration with
Yeah.
music,
Definitely.
so
And you move better.
You know?
Exactly. And
Yeah.
in music, if we all think of the emotion that music has caused all of us,
yeah.
it's the same thing with them. So they may not remember your name. They
Yeah.
may not remember a lot of things that happened during the day.
Yeah.
They probably wouldn't. But they will remember how you made them
Feel
feel.
Yeah, the body
Yes.
remembers the
Yeah.
feeling. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
what about the
Mhm.
pets? I noticed they've been
Oh,
talking a lot with pets,
Oh,
bringing
that's a
them in.
great idea.
Yes,
I
pets
didn't even
is
think
great.
about
Pet
that with
therapy.
pets.
Me
Well, that's
neither.
fabulous.
Because it's touch.
Yeah.
And they're tactile. They like to touch a lot of
Yeah,
things.
and I've
you know.
also seen some assisted livings with dolls
Oh yes.
and stuffed animals and
Doll therapy.
doll therapy. Yeah, it's weird how
Wow.
everything's changed. And then there's
Amazing.
also the people that go in and just talk, and the
Talk
kids will
therapy.
go and read a book with them. And
But
these are the
I love
things.
that there are so many of these avenues because
Sure.
I mean one of my favorite jobs years ago was a therapeutic recreational assistant
Yeah,
at a nursing
exactly.
home, and it was the most rewarding, most hardest job I've ever had in my life.
Yeah, it is
And to
amazing.
hear that you have all of these things to offer them to help them, oh my God, it would have been great.
There was a story. I'd like to just share a little story. So I was in a support group with a local, and the mom would go out at about 6 o'clock at night. She had Alzheimer's, and she'd be looking for her children.
Aw.
She would be calling for her children, and I said to the family, listen, I got a game plan for this. Let's set up like a little nursery with a doll, and let's make her feel that she's giving back. Let's make her feel that she's a mother.
Mm-hmm.
And it started to work.
Really?
It worked.
Wow.
That she felt that she was nurturing somebody.
Right. She was still looking for
It's
that.
her purpose.
Oh,
It's
I
almost,
love
it's almost
that.
childlike.
It
how
is.
kids
Well, they say you go
have
back
the
to
dolls.
childhood.
Yeah.
Right. Wow.
But I could see why people want you as their therapist.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're
Yes.
very good at the way you describe things.
Mhm, mhm.
And a mother that's trying to reach out to help her daughter or the versus.
Sure.
Because the dementia when you're young is even worse.
It
Yeah.
is. And we're seeing that. Across Long Island, we are seeing a young onset coming through the door.
Yes.
And I mean not young onset, anybody diagnosed 65 years and younger, we are
Wow.
seeing that. And I'm 52, it's, that's very nerve-wracking when you're hearing that.
Yeah, you worry, I'm sure, and if you're around it, it's even more so
You see so
predominant.
much.
Yeah, I could see that would be scary.
Well, there was a movie. It's called Alice. Did you see it?
Yes.
It's a great movie.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
It's really good.
haven't
You guys
seen
should
it.
watch it. It just makes you realize when it's somebody young gets it, what they go through.
But we're gonna
But
cry.
Yes,
also,
I cried at the
Yeah,
Notebook.
we're gonna
I
cry.
can
Yeah,
only
we're gonna
imagine.
no, but
cry.
it's
Right.
also to see how it worked and the family got together.
Yes.
That
And
I
everyone
mean,
came
every
together
change
and, yeah.
makes something good too.
Mhm.
So for every bad thing, something good happens. But it is a very good movie. I thought it was very.
We should
very
set up
well
a
put.
Zoom and watch it together.
I
the
know.
four of us.
Yeah, that would be
Yeah.
great.
We'd be crying.
Yeah, that's
I
what
literally-
I just said.
that's what
We'll
I'm
be
saying, for
crying the
support
entire
for
time.
the
We're
four
gonna
of
be
us.
like, oh my God.
What's your perfect client? Like, what are you looking for
So,
when you need a client?
of course, I work for Home Instead, so my perfect client would be on that end, would be just helping families navigate the home care system.
Okay.
Because there's different kind of home care
That's
agencies. And I always like to explain, what is a companionship agency? What is a licensed home care agency? What is a Medicaid home care agency? So, I help them navigate that, and then my perfect client would be like training nurses, social workers that want to take the pathway to become certified dementia practitioners.
Yeah, you really should speak to Liz Box,
Yeah.
Oh,
my sister.
I
at
definitely
QS
want to
too.
speak to her.
Training.
Well, not even that, but Terry Macro, she knows all the people in the
Yes.
hospital realm.
Yes,
She'd be
she
a
does.
perfect person to give you good
She
avenues.
just retired. Yeah.
She'd
Terry
be
is
wonderful, yeah, and she's
amazing.
got great resources, and she'd be able to point you in that
And she
direction.
also
much.
has
Yeah.
a charity,
Yeah, beautiful charity,
the
beautiful
Medical
charity.
Marion Foundation.
Yeah.
So.
I do have a little bit of a, it's not a charity, but it's an outreach program that I've designed
Okay.
for people with Alzheimer's and dementias. It's called Seniors Helping Soldiers.
Oh,
So-
very nice.
Yeah,
What are you doing?
So it's developed for any senior centers or anybody, either could be any seniors or seniors that are diagnosed with dementias that want to give back to the troops. So they do crocheted lap blankets, little hats for our soldiers,
How
little
nice is
goodies.
that?
And I donate all my stuff to the Northport VA.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
which is a
great.
great
And my
place.
80-year-old mom comes and delivers with me.
Oh, and your
That's
mom's
the
80.
best.
That's beautiful.
So
Yeah.
She's good health.
she's in good health. you
That's
know.
great.
I'm on top of her. She knows that. She said, "When have you become my mother?"
Aw.
That's what happens.
That
That's
does, I know.
their children do become your mother.
It's true.
Yep,
Can I
it's
ask a
happening to
question
me
about
too.
Alzheimer's?
Huh?
Can I ask you a quick question about Alzheimer's? Somebody asked me this recently, and I never heard of this before, that we're the last country to call it Alzheimer's and dementia. That it's, what is that with the sugar? What is that?
Diabetes.
Diabetes. They say it's diabetes. It's a form of diabetes.
We're seeing this.
Okay.
We are seeing a little bit of diabetes and some dementia,
That comes
cognitive
with it.
related. I always say to any family members, you have to regulate that sugar levels.
Yeah.
That regulate. Change your diet. Modify. Check your hearing. Check your eyes. Modification
Right.
if you can, because I really think that some things can be changed. Now of course, Alzheimer's, cannot be changed
No.
once it's diagnosed, but there are ways to modify.
Right, and to
You know,
help.
your-
I
your
actually
lifestyle.
have
Right.
someone I'm going to send to you. They're dealing with that. Her father has diabetes, and he is completely gone.
Modify.
Yeah, and it's to the point where like they can't control him, and there's nothing
So
they can
sad.
do. And she's at her wit's end. So you'll be getting a call from me
Oh,
later.
Now,
Thank
So
Home
yeah.
First, where are they located?
So
Home First.
it's Home Instead.
Home Instead.
Home Instead is located in Merrick, on Merrick Avenue in Merrick, and we've been in business. I'm their community outreach coordinator, and their home care advisor, and we are located on Merrick Avenue, and we've been in business many years.
A lot of great restaurants over there.
Oh,
I
you better
know.
believe it. One
Yes.
across the street
Dangerous.
from us.
Yes.
Yeah.
And what about you? How do people reach you? Through email, through
So-
Facebook?
You can Facebook me on Empowering Professionals in Dementia Care if you're looking to get trained. That's for anybody that wants to take the pathway to become a certified dementia practitioner. And if you need home care, you can always reach me on I can give my cell.
Yes, yes.
It's area code 631-487-6946. Or you can email me at dementiacareprofessionals.com.
Okay. Now,
At gmail.com.
well, speaking of restaurants,
Yeah.
did you try it yet? Where I told you to go?
No, I'm gonna.
Yes,
It's,
so
it's on my
where
bucket
is
list.
it?
The,
Yeah.
the Anchor Down Dockside. It's
Oh.
located in Seaford. So, 2479 Adler Court, right? Seaford, New York. Yeah, I
Yes.
remember you telling me. So it's on my bucket list to go.
And her name is Jenny. Make
I love
sure
it.
if you go in, you tell Jenny that you saw it on the show. Valentina sent you, and you'll get treated much better.
Oh, I love it.
Sounds
And
good.
we have quite a fean things we have going on tonight. Eddie Sessa, who is a Sinatra singer,
Love it.
he's our main guy. He comes on a lot. He'll be at Trattoria in Bayside.
Okay.
And then we have also Eddie sings at the Polo Lounge every
Love the Polo
Friday
Lounge.
night. I never see you.
I've been there. I love it. I haven't been there in ages, but
When
I
you go,
recommend it.
You tell Eddie. He's always there with
I
her.
will. I'm gonna.
Where's the polo? Where's-
Westbury Manor.
Okay.
But it's a club.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's
And
very, very nice.
Frankie
like
is
it.
the
Very
manager,
nice.
so you always tell them that we sent you. And then we have
That's
Bob
Westbury
D'Amato,
Valley.
who sings everywhere on Long Island. He's a like 50s, but fun.
Okay.
Ooh,
If you
I
ever
like it.
need Bob
I
D'Amato,
would need
we
that.
have so
Yeah.
many performers, and what they do is they sometimes, if it's not a serious show, they perform at the beginning
Mm-hmm.
and the end of the show.
Oh, how cool.
And that we do at holidays, like
I love it.
Christmas and Thanksgiving.
Nice. And
So
I'm
it
always
means-
doing memory cafes.
Yes, well, you know Bob D'Amato then.
I don't know.
Yes, he
Does
does
he
memory
memory
cafes.
cafes?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
see, I just go to Uncle Giuseppe's and there's a guy singing
Yeah,
on
the Italian
Sundays.
guy.
And my son loves it. He goes and he gets all the things and he's like, Mom,
try to
Mom,
get
there's a singer. There's a singer. And I was like, what? And sure enough, he was like, it was great. He's like, I get to listen to music
Yeah,
and
but
get my
he's a
stuff.
doll, but you
That's
can't get him.
awesome.
I try to get the guy from Channel 12 too, but
Ah.
they're very loyal to Channel
Yeah,
12.
they're particular,
So
yeah.
let's talk about your gorgeous son.
Oh, yeah,
What is
he's
his first
good.
name?
Travis.
Travis
yeah.
Bem is his
Yep.
son. Travis Bem. When I met him, he was a baby.
Yeah.
You know, and now,
Aw.
what is he doing?
Oh, he's always doing something. Like, but just to say how you met him at 5 when I, was single mom and I have no babysitter. So he got to go with me and that meant
Yes.
board meetings, networking groups. And I put him in a little suit and tie and
No,
he would have to
so
sit
cute.
there with no phone. He'd shake your hand, have a conversation. He's like, I can talk to millionaires. I can talk to business owners. He's like, I can't talk to the kid next to me. He's like, I don't know.
He's
I don't know
ready
why.
for business, I'm
Yeah,
sure.
he's, but he graduated from Valley Forge Military Prep School and Academy. I had sent him to
nice.
Pennsylvania. He'll love me when he's 40.
Does he love it? or is
No.
No.
He graduated. It's military school, no kids, no fun.
Yeah.
No TV, no video games. It's regimen.
Boring.
Yeah. But he got into fitness and he's
Beautiful.
regimented. I don't have to tell a 6'2" boy to take a shower. He knows what to do, so it's great.
It's a good move.
Yeah. So he's exploring possibly college, but he's also thinking about going to the electrician union or doing like
That's good
linemen's
money.
I love it.
or doing something in that regard. And right now, those are the millionaires. these
trades
days,
are
the trades,
amazing,
right?
yes.
And so he's like, I think I might do that. I'm like, listen, and I know a lot of moms that kind of want to push their kid immediately into college, and I'm at that point right now where I'm like, listen, just figure out what you want to do,
Yeah,
and whatever
first,
you want
yeah.
to do will get you there. I
Yeah.
have the contacts. My community is great. Thank you, ladies, for more. But it's giving him that exposure to people who can answer their questions and
Yeah.
point him in a direction and get another perspective. Because you're going to tell him something he's not going to listen. You tell them, they might be like, oh, that's a good idea.
And they
they'll
listen
hear
to
it.
the
Yeah,
coach,
yeah.
and they
'Cause
listen
your
to
mom.
their friends.
Yeah, because I'm
Yes,
I'll say the
yes.
same thing you say, and he's like, she's brilliant. I'm
Right,
like,
my
I
kids
just,
too.
I just said this.
Right.
It's true.
So.
And we love
He's
you,
doing
kids.
great.
Oh no, I'm very happy. He's healthy.
Yeah.
That's all that matters, with anything. So,
And
but
as far
thank
as
you for
your
asking.
clients, I know you're looking for any business, small, medium,
Yep,
large.
I am industry agnostic. Basically, I help you work on your business while you work in it. A lot of times it's very difficult when you're managing the day-to-day operations and you're like, hey, my goal is to really get in front of people or be national or get that TED Talk, or how do I do that? What's the most affordable way to do that? Or I want to partner with other companies. You can only do so much while you're managing this. I get to help you work on it. So it's a lot of fun that
And
way.
it's a learning experience. And
Yeah.
she's wonderful. I've known her for, I think,
Yes,
what,
you
seven
are.
seven
You
no,
years.
are.
probably long that. You're so good.
And your
Um,
grandmother, I loved your grandmother.
Oh,
And
thank you.
I'm sorry for your loss.
No, thank you. I appreciate that.
She
Yeah,
had
she was a favorite.
all the people in the group always reaching out to her grandmother by cards.
Oh, it was
and
she was
loved
so
it.
sad, and everyone was like, "Can everyone just send her cards?" And this woman got like 300 cards.
She did.
She was like, "I have no idea who
I
they
was a
are."
regular. I was
it
a
was great,
regular for
and
your
it-
grandma.
That's
She
beautiful.
loved it, and you know what? You get to a certain age and they remember. And the hard thing is that my grandmother had a bit of a dementia, but she knew she was going through the bouts. And I don't know what was worse was the fact that
That
she was
she knew,
aware
right.
of it, and
Yes.
she would go through things. She's like, "Oh, it happened again. What did I say?" And I'm like, "You're fine. You're fine." But she would know, and I think that's kind of just as hard. So when you
It's
speak to
hard.
that, I definitely feel it. But yeah, everybody was wonderful sending her.
Yeah, I love
the
your
beautiful
grandmother.
thing. She was wonderful.
So
But-
we also have coming up the opera. Bobby, I think we have a slide for the Long Island Opera. This is the greatest opera on Long Island. It's going to be held in Northport once a month.
Are you singing?
No, but you can buy an aria, which is you can buy a song. Let's say you want to bring your loved one to the opera.
Oh my God, that's so
and
much
you
fun.
do a donation, you can buy an aria. That night, that aria will be directed to you and your husband or whoever you want the
That's
aria
so
for.
romantic. I'm gonna tell guys when I go to date now. That's what I want.
Yes.
I'm gonna make this do it all the time.
And you go to longislandopera.org.
That's
And
amazing.
if you have questions, you can tell me. The best part is it's very inexpensive, and it's in a church that is gorgeous
Aw.
once a month, and it's a cheap date.
I
Well,
love
so
it.
just saying, it's a beautiful idea for
She's
a date. It's a
wonderful.
nice
Yes.
little romantic thing, and
And they're looking
Yeah.
and they're looking for people because during the COVID they went down,
Mhm.
and that's how I met them. through networking, and then now they're up to about 100 people in the church.
Wow.
I
But they'd
love
like it
that.
to be totally full, you
Sure,
know.
sure,
I
sure,
love
sure.
it.
And it's different. And what they do is they tell you the aria, whatever they're going to sing in English. Then they sing it in the language.
Aw.
That and the
Beautiful.
costumes is beautiful.
Oh, how nice.
So if you want to try the opera, it's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
Check it
It's a
out.
good thing.
And we also have Jennifer Lentini. She needs a new heart, and she needs
I've met
another
her.
organ.
She's
She is the
wonderful.
sweetest girl.
I know, I
here.
bet she's so nice.
We have to
We
help her.
decided to help us Sunday, June 8th. It's just a bar, Whiskey Reds.
Okay.
And she already met her heart donor from years ago
Okay.
and has a relationship with the mother.
Aw,
Okay.
So
how
now it's
wonderful.
not only hard for Jennifer because she needs another one. The mother feels that her son, who got her heart, is going to be lost up there in
Aw,
heaven.
So it's the whole.
Yeah, but she's a lovely girl. She was
She's
on last week,
wonderful.
She's beautiful.
and it's not expensive. It's $20, guys. And if you want to go, I should have said that. It's Sunday, June 8th. So I
Can we
should
just
have
give donations?
Yes,
Or who
you
would
could-
we give it
Well,
to?
I'm going to be going, so you could always write a check
I will
out.
write
and
a
I'll tell
check out
you.
for you.
Yeah,
who
not
writes
just that,
it.
but share that with me, and I'll share it amongst
Yeah,
my
I'll share
network
that
of
too.
course.
Yeah.
She's wonderful. I've
She's
met her.
she's
wonderful.
beautiful.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
And you know what? She's so positive.
Poor kid.
She's
And
such
she
a
goes for
positive
all the
person.
treatments every day. So we decided to work with her too this month. But Anchor Down, guys, go there,
Anchor
see
Down.
Jenny. We had a delicious meal there. The weather was nice. We were by the water
I love it.
outside.
Oh,
Really, really
beautiful.
nice. And as you see, they have just great things going on there.
Mm.
So things are good. So we always have a game before the end of the night. So here you go. Say something. Say something. Answer the question.
It's funny.
Say something moving.
Say something moving. Erin's story.
Oh, how nice is
I
that?
love that.
Thank you.
Very nice.
Oh, thank you.
All right.
Okay, so what do I say?
Say something that's found on the floor of a public restroom.
Ooh.
Oh,
Ooh,
Oh.
I can honestly say networking business cards. I don't
okay.
realize they come out of your pockets.
That's a good answer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Something odd. Okay, I'm going to give it an odd twist. Nikola Tesla's manifesting method, which is 369. Those are odd numbers.
Those are odd numbers.
Yes,
I love
yes,
it. That's
yes.
a good, and that's a good segue.
Yeah, there
I
you
like
go.
that.
Something adorable. My brand new niece that just was
Oh,
born.
congratulations.
Beautiful little thing in the Petrowski family.
I love
And
that.
the Reef and the Reef
Congratulations.
family. Yes.
Yes, I
She's
love it.
adorable. So that's kind of cute.
When was she born?
3 weeks ago. I don't have the date.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
But I didn't see her a lot.
What a
But
pumpkin.
yeah,
Better
so
order.
everybody gets a
Wow.
little
You got to get a
gift.
card.
Oh, I did. It
Oh,
was
you
what
did.
I found on the
There's
bathroom
your
floor.
gift.
Oh, right.
This is
Okay.
your
I
gift.
don't need any more.
And your gift is in the corner
Yeah,
there.
right.
Oh, thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you.
everybody
Thank
gets bread and
you.
gifts
This
because
was
you
fun.
believe in it.
Thank you.
Everybody, you know about my book. It's From Fire to Freedom. You have somebody depressed. You have somebody that needs to figure out what to do in their next life. It's not over when you get let go. It's only beginning. And every change makes you better.
Yeah.
Look at this studio, Strong Island TV. If you want to come down and see us, come down, talk to Bobby. I'll set you up. Any type of video you need, or you want to be on my show, just call me. But you know, this is what we do here. And at the end of the show, we throw the ball, and I'm going to let you talk about the ending of the show because how did you like the show?
Oh, I loved it. Honestly, have me back. I'm gonna come back all the time.
I
I'm
would
gonna
love to
send you.
have
I'm
you
gonna
back.
send you people like no tomorrow.
I can't wait.
You know,
Fun.
but yeah, no,
But
it
it
was great.
you know, what do you think of that PR in your pocket? Do you think it's something? Because I haven't motivated it to put it out there that way. I just talk about it.
No, it really is, and I think again, people aren't aware that they can take that initiative on their own. They're afraid. Oh, I don't know. I'm not a professional. But in reality, it's just one little step, and it's quite.
And is it? You do
Yeah.
actually leave with your video in your
You
pocketbook.
really do. You really
You know?
do, and you
So I
have
could do
that.
something
It
with a
takes it with you,
pocketbook and put something. I don't know, the waves coming down.
and
or
then do something like that. You
Yes.
can definitely do that.
So, but there you go. So.
Oh, awesome. So I guess I'm going to head up the ending. Thank you all. It's that time. Our guests, thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for joining us today. Thank
Well,
you so much
the
for
ball was
having me,
finished.
Valentina. That's a wrap. And again, don't forget to like, share, and thank you to all the fans watching.
If you
Everyone.
liked what you saw,
Come
make
on.
sure you like and share. We need you. Tell everybody about us. You have fun here. Trust me. It isn't boring. And on that note, we're going to throw the ball because it is a wrap. Throw 'em.
Throw 'em.
Where? Just
Anywhere.
That's it. There you go. That's a wrap, guys. Thank you, girls.
Thank you.
Thank you.